Hey folks, JD here, and today I just want to take a little bit of your time and talk about why I think the Xbox 360 is still an extremely viable console in 2023. So let's look about all Xbox 360s. Let's look at the pros, the cons, where we're at in 2023 in a gaming perspective, and hopefully then see why this console still stands out to me as much as it does. So let's look at the pros and cons of owning an Xbox 360 in 2023. A lot of the early Xboxes, a lot of the Jasper and a lot of the beige style Xboxes have been used for well over a decade. They're going to be very hot. They're going to be quite worn out. The thermal paste isn't going to be the best on the CPU or graphics card, as well as the capacitors might be bulging. If people have just been using them constantly and then gaming them 6-7 hours a day, then they are really going to be at the end of their life. But still, if you're willing to put a little bit of work in for the price of picking one up, you can really make it something special and last you for a long time. Now, looking at the Xbox 360 Slims, the Slims are fantastic as well. The casing was altered. There's a lot more aeration. They still red ring like the Jaspers and like the beige Xbox 360s, but still not as much. The casing has been improved, and overall, I think it's a lot more of a stable console. If you come on to the Xbox 360e, such as this one, this is the last line of Xboxes that pretty much nobody knew about and nobody bought, which was made in 2014, just before the Xbox One came out, then I think this is probably your best bet at buying a console, because you have a nice, easy frame. You can really feel the air being sucked in and pushed out from the sides as well as from the top here as well. And there's a nice little bit of clearance, but there's a nice little bit of clearance on the bottom as well. So the Jaspers and the beige Xbox 360s in the UK, with usually about 5 to 10 games, retail for about £30 to £60. Some of them go a little bit higher if they have more than one controller, a lot more accessories, etc. The Xbox Slims can take you from about £35 up to about £110, and the E's can take you from, again, £45, £50, depending on the condition, right the way up to £150, £160, again, with different types of games, loads of accessories, loads of controllers, etc. So basically, I would say yes, it is 100% viable in 2023. If you get the early ones, expect to put a little bit of work into them, tear them down, clean them out. They're not hard consoles to take apart, but it does require a little bit of time for you to do so. The games. Now, if you look at this console's generation, the Xbox 360 generation and the PS3, in my eyes, the Xbox 360 trounces the PlayStation 3 on games. Yeah, the PS3 has some good games, but the Xbox 360 whole game catalogue is just phenomenal. You can still get your hands on games today for the Xbox 360. Some of them are a little bit rare if they weren't mass produced, but a lot of them were saturated. A lot of them saturated the market, so you can still get hold of games. And because of CD resurfacing machines as well, a lot of them are being resurfaced and put in a fresh lease of life into those games. Then if you look at the longevity of a DVD and the DVD driving here, you can still get optical drives for the Xbox 360. It's always worth having one extra drive and a couple of bands, because the bands they are moving back and forth across pulleys. They will get worn out in time. Your drive might start to stutter. Replacing one of those bands is extremely easy and doesn't take up a lot of time. Getting a working optical drive and a couple of bands, you can get it all delivered for under £45, £50, which I think, if you're going to be gaming on one of these a lot, taking into consideration its age, it's worth you just having a couple of spares, because you never know when you're going to need it. So as we have spoken about the Xbox 360 still being able to red ring. Any 360 can red ring. But at the same time, it shouldn't put you off in getting one of the newer style consoles, the S or the E. I've still got an old beige Xbox 360. I've had it for years. It is still going strong. I might sell it because I've got this one and I've got another one now. So I might sell it at some point. But to be honest with you, I still game on it and I still play a lot of quite high intense games for the Xbox 360, and I haven't had a day's bit of problem with it. He says, touch wood. Knowing myself now, it's going to fail. But in 2023, the cost of living crisis is really taking a lot of people's money out of their wallets. So I reckon you can't go far wrong with an Xbox 360. You can get a good one with a controller, play and charge kit. The play and charge kit cost me £7 with a battery. I mean, you can't go wrong for that price. So far, at the time of making this video, I have tested this battery in the back of this controller from full charge 100% to 0, and I get just under 7 hours of playtime on that one battery. I'm happy with that. All in all, I would say yes. If you get a chance to pick up one of these, either at a charity shop, eBay, thrift store, wherever, I would go and pick one up. A little bit of work to clean it out, but you can get yourself a fantastic console, which will still give you 5 to 6 good, if not longer, good years of use. All right, my friends, thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I shall see you on Monday now for a gameplay complete game. Ooh, exciting. And it is a retro one. So join me then. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy gaming.